Yours looks like that.
A minute, there we go. Receiving stream, receiving content. That means it's Saturday night. Tool Talk Live. How's everyone doing tonight?
Hi.
We're back. Hey, Bear. We're back. How's everyone doing? We got Donner of Rod, Steven in the house, Bad Idea Workbench, Mountain Handlebar, or Montana Handlebar. Sorry. Oh, how's everyone doing? The missus will be joining me in about half an hour. She is dropping off the little cubette at a birthday party, so she will be participating this evening. So anyway, who else we got here? Andre, Random, Troy, DR Falcons in the house. Riley, Dutch. Dutch asks, how you like the new Bluetooth radio they released? Looks nice. I haven't had a chance to play with it. I saw it. It looks basic, but decent. I mean, it's nice that it's got the charging feature for your phone. So if you plug that big battery into it, it will also charge your phone off of it, which I really like. Klein Guy John in the house, man. How's it going? Haven't seen you in a while. Been keeping busy? And as you can tell by the image up here, yes, the bear is back in Vegas. And it is, let's see. How hot is it in Vegas today? Right now, well, it's 6 o'clock in the evening and it's only 104. Kind of going to get a bit chilly tonight, better get out the long johns. Oh my gosh. We were, so I did a straight shot back on Thursday. 15 plus hours in the truck from Livingston to Vegas. Now it's not typically it should only be like 12 and a half hours, but when you add in stops and lunch and everything else, plus traffic and whatnot, because you're driving in the middle of the day, I actually ended up going all the way over through southern Idaho to Great Falls, and then down there, going down the east side of Nevada rather than going through Utah, completely bypassing Salt Lake City, because apparently Salt Lake City was a mess. And Steve says we have a yard sale today. Oh, that's cool. I always love doing a yard sale. We got Congaranbo. I think Congaranbo. Sorry, I try to pronounce him as best I can. But he says, appreciate your clean family channel. Thank you so much. We love, that we can have our cubs watch it, and that your family and stuff can watch it. So we really enjoy keeping the channel family friendly. Seth, how's it going? Welcome back to the obnoxious heat. It is so obnoxious. So we were unloading the truck today, and man, just touching stuff in the truck because it had been sitting there for a day was you had to get gloves to touch the stuff in the back of the truck. This says Harbor Freight today. The deal sucked. Apparently the open box items and stuff didn't happen at his Harbor Freight. You can never really tell. It's kind of a roll of dice. Klein says I've been busy making videos, keeping up with all the info on YouTube. Good job, man. That's the key. If you're going to be a creator, you got to keep creating. Fred Hill in the house with $1.99. Guess what I have not unpacked yet, which is the bell. So no bell. I'm sure you'll all be very sad about that. But anyway, thank you so much. $1.99. Thank you for supporting the channel. Let me catch up here real quick. Real quick, for those of you who don't know the rules, if you want to make sure that I read what you're talking about, so I don't think you're talking to somebody else or something, make sure that you type in at the Den of Tools, all one word. You have to have the in the Den of Tools, and it shows up with an orange square around it here. If you look down in the chat messages down right in here, you see all those orange boxes? That's because somebody typed at the Den of Tools, which lets me know that you're talking directly to me. Also, of course, super chats are a great way to make sure I read what you say. Anyway, Donna Ross says, I will not complain about the Michigan weather. I've been to Michigan in the summer. Hot and humid, full of mosquitoes. You have a right sometime to complain. People joke about it, but it's a dry heat. It really is. There's a huge difference between 100 degrees dry and 100 degrees with 100% humidity. I'll take the dry heat any day. Kalamazoo's pretty nice. I've been to Kalamazoo a couple times. I always liked it. The new white mechanics cart was there. I saw it. I have to say this. All the other new colors, the first three, the blue, the red, and the black, they're fine. But the three new ones, the green, the yellow, and the orange, I was really excited when they were announced. And when I saw them in person, they were too bright. Sorry. They were too bright. Almost painful to look at. And that's why I ended up getting the blue ones that I have. I saw the white one, and I was afraid that might be the case too, but I actually think it's pretty nice. Mike says, love your videos. Got my 44 green tool chest today. Well, there you go. See, some people, I have light sensitivity, and was it this eye? I think it is. So anytime I'm outside, I can't go outside summer or winter without wearing sunglasses. And so maybe it's just me being sensitive. Handlebar's going to hit Harbor Freight tomorrow at 9 a.m. Thanks again, man. That's salsa. Man, if you're ever in Montana, you guys should bottle that stuff. If you're ever in Montana, hit up Handlebar there. He makes some jalapeno salsa that is just amazing. Steve ran it yesterday. That's a good question. So it's really weird because there was a part of California we lived in where yard sales were really Thursday and Friday. They started off when we got there. They were really kind of Friday. They were really Friday and kind of Saturday. And then they kind of migrated and became Thursday, Friday, and nothing over the weekend. It was really odd. And I don't know. It was just weird. I've noticed it. And up in Montana, it was Friday, Saturday with almost nothing on Sunday. All right. The tool bill is lost. It's not lost. It's in one of the boxes. We know vaguely where it is, I think. 68 in Santa Barbara. Oh, my gosh. Man, let me tell you what. Heat-wise, I leave Montana, and it's 76 degrees. It just kept getting warmer. The temperature never went down. Okay, that's not true, because I went through Yellowstone, so I went up in elevation, and it got pretty chilly up in Yellowstone. But then once I went past West Yellowstone, the temperature never went down. It kept going one higher. And I was about 2/3 of the way through southern Nevada when I was getting kind of close, and it was getting late, and I wanted to open the windows to help cool me off with some fresh air. And I opened the windows, and it was 85 degrees. And this is almost midnight. Oh, I am in for it. And it just got warmer as I got here. Brad's workbench will be disappointed. Brad, you're not here, are you, Brad? Anyway, for those of you who don't know, Brad is the sponsor of the cowbell. And so you can send your apologies to Brad for how much you're going to miss it or not. Russell Sparks, how's it going? Dustin says parking lot sale here in Middle Tennessee is downhill as far as the open box of discontinued items. That's sad to say. Andrew said you have to dingle with your mouth now. It's Saturday Tool Talk. Law. Yeah, I don't have anything, but I could use a stapler. How's that? Is that the same thing? Grant Van Risen visited 3 Harbor Freight stations yesterday in Omaha and Lincoln. Lincoln was great. Manager was awesome. Told him about the bear, and of course he watches you. That's great. That's great to hear. Having lived in the Omaha, I went to high school in west of Omaha in Millard North. I used to live in a little town northwest of Omaha called Fremont, and it's good to know that folks back there know who I am. Boda Bob says, I bought a portable blower from Harbor Freight today. Got it home only to find out that the switch was broken and the bearing sounded bad. Good news is it was an easy exchange. Well, I'm sorry to hear that happened. Good thing that they stood behind it and got it changed out for you. Josh Albertson's shout out from North Dakota. I'm real bummed we didn't make it over to North Dakota. I really wanted to get over there. I got to say, I love driving through North Dakota in the summer. In the summer, it's a beautiful state. The grasslands. I never realized, like we have national forests, national parks. There are national grasslands, and there's a huge one in North Dakota. It's gorgeous. The Grant says, welcome home, Bear. Thank you so much. To be honest, though, I feel like Montana's home. I almost cried when I left Montana. It was just... not just because I knew I was going back to the heat. We just have so many great friends there and so many great people. And, it's just, the folks at Riverside Hardware are friends at Montana Roots, the secondhand thrift store, all my buddies who bartend at, Whiskey Creek, Evan at the Mint, and of course the whole crew, especially Jose over at the Sport. And it's such a community where you know everybody and you say hi to everybody, and people. You're driving down the street, you're going to make a turn, guy in front of you slows down, waves you over. It's just general politeness and stuff. I will say, and I apologize to anybody here from Colorado, but I am tempted to make a video called I Hate Colorado, because every single moron who cut me off had Colorado license plates. I don't know what it was, man. But it was like the whole entire state was out to get me. But anyway, we come back here to Vegas, and it's like, yeah, I'm going to be involved in Scouts, and this is where the Cubs go to school and stuff, and it's great, and they're really excited to get back into school. But, I've got like one friend here who I hang out with. He lives on the far opposite side of town, and, there's a couple other people that I'm supposed to hang out with, supposed to go fishing and stuff, and maybe it'll happen, but it's just not that same small community where you're constantly running into people and you say hi, you know everyone by your first name kind of thing, so... it's like we do our time in Vegas till we can get back home to Montana. This fan says the new U.S. General Tool organizers are nice but pricey. They do look decent. I have not been sorely tempted to jump in and buy them, but I don't know. Ross Smith says, I found my 10mm wrench look like a rat bit into the side of it. Oh my gosh. What happened to it? Fortress compressors are awesome. They are. I want to do a video on, who needs what kind of compressor, because I'm getting more and more to the point where it's hard to recommend anything more than that basic 2-gallon Fortress compressor for most homeowners and DIYers, because if you're not running high-end air tools, there's really no reason for them. It's just battery has replaced so much these days. Any new tools coming from Harbor Freight? I heard that the exact spec is 900 tools are getting released this year, and I think they're almost halfway through that, which means we've got even more tools coming out in the second half. Actually, I think it's probably like close to a third. I think we're gonna get twice as many tools released in the second half of the year now. Eric says, "Hey Eric, how's it going, man? I really like the yellow chest would give high visibility to the drawers, except I lined the drawers with black foam." That's true. But you're right. I mean, makes it easy to find your chest, but it's just so bright. All right, let's see here. Chaka Gill's in the house. Bribey is trash, except for extremely light DIYs. I love that you add that in there now. That's hilarious. Chaka, thank you so much for supporting the channel. We don't have the cowbell because I can't find it. We do have the swing line stapler, so I know it's lame. That's all I got. But thank you for supporting the channel. Mike says Harbor Freight seems to be moving away from real bargains and ads and more expensive items. Give me $10. That's just entirely not true. Think about the stuff that they've run 2 or 3 sales this summer or this year so far, and then we're like halfway through the year, where it was like 5 items for was it what was the thing? Anything under $10, half price or something like that, and it was supposed to be like, or was it 30? It was a huge percentage off, 33% off or 30% off, anything under $10, and they even did it in such a way that you could actually buy more than just the basic 5 items. It was like unlimited. And they haven't upped the cost of items really so much as added new lines on top of them. So you still have all the same stuff they had before. They're just running more stuff on top of it. And there's always a 20% off coupon out. And all the basic stuff, all the cheap stuff they had out before is never on the excluded list, except for Central Machinery is getting started to be added to that list. Do you have Tractor Supplies and Murdoch's? We had a Murdoch's in Montana and never got around to doing a walkthrough of it. I did one last year though. We do have Tractor Supply down here, but it's an hour away over in what do you call it? Over on the border to California. I forget the just space the name of the town. For I Am Camper, fun channel, come by way of Maintenance Man. Thank you so much. Maintenance Man, he's got an awesome channel. I love his stuff. My Harbor Freight has Hanover says his Harbor Freight will have a few things that will be at 97% off. I'd like to hear it. That's cool. Let's see here. Yeah, I've been a big fan of Tractor Supply, but I found out, so we have something here also called Cal Ranch, C-A-L Ranch. It's an acronym for something. I don't think it's California, but it's like it's almost more like a Murdoch's. And for those of you who don't know, Murdoch's is like, if you ever been in a Tractor Supply, Murdoch's is a bigger Tractor Supply. It's about twice the size of a Tractor Supply. And then apparently there's other ones that are even bigger than that and cooler than that. But Cal Ranch is pretty nice. Not quite as nice as Tractor Supply, but pretty nice. And they have a full line of Tecton tools. I gotta tell you, I've been really liking that Tecton stuff I've got. Good friends are hard to come by. They are, and that's the thing, man. And it was... So the crew that runs what do you call it? The Sport, they're there trying to fix it up. A lot of them from the East Coast, and they all are sharing a house because it's expensive to rent around there. And they had one car they were sharing, and deer ran out in front of one of them, and rather than hit the deer, he ditched it to the side of the road, which was a 15-20 foot drop off. Car wasn't total, but it needed like 2 or 3 days in the shop, and they were without a car, and I offered to give them a drive or give them a ride, and in and out to work and stuff, and they're like, well, you can't do that and stuff, and I'm like, you guys have been on the East Coast too long. That's what friends out here do. And the nice thing about small town is that's not, one of our friends, I was making a joke because I was alone, the missus was back here, that I hadn't done laundry in over 10 years. I don't even know how to do my own laundry anymore. And she's like, well, just bring it by. I'll do your laundry. I of course said, no, I'm not going to have you do my laundry because you don't need to see that. But it's just amazing, the kind of people. And that's what I love about small town America is, good friends like that and good people and stuff. Not that there's not good people in the big city. It's just hard to find them. Dear friend, we lived here 15 years, hardly know a soul. In the neighborhood we were in before, I think we kind of knew the guy across the street. He was real nice, real friendly, but we never had a chance to hang out or do anything else. And back in Montana, we know almost everybody. The Fred Hill says, have you heard of the new 2020 Ram 3500 dually will have the highest tow weight, 3,500 pounds. You talk about the problem with long darkness. I have it too. I have to do the light therapy. I do have light deprivation syndrome. So in the winter, it's one of the reasons I don't do winter in Montana is because it's when you're that far north, the days last longer, and on middle of winter, and with the mountains on the west side, cuts the day off sooner. It's just no, not a good call for me. But I did hear about the new Ram, and Ram's constantly pushing the envelope and constantly trying to be the big heavy duty puller. And I gotta say, when I've been up in truck country, it seems like half the trucks up there are Rams, and usually dualies at that, which I would love to get. The wife and I were talking about. We really want to get a fifth wheel, but I think a fifth wheel is going to happen right soon because we can't afford to buy a fifth wheel and a new truck. So probably going to get a inexpensive, lightly used, like a 26 to 30 foot camping trailer, and then maybe in about 5 or 6 years, save up, buy a bigger truck, and then get a bigger fifth wheel. But I've been just blown away by the new Ram stuff. In fact, I got to meet the GM of the Ram dealership in Livingston. He and I sat there and we talked cars and trucks for a while. And man, they're just Rams. For being kind of the bargain basement of the big three, Chryslers, they've always had issues as far as I've seen, as far as reliability and stuff like that. I won't say that my pickup truck is perfect, but for the money, it's hard to beat it. It really is. Let's see here. Des Fan says, I have the 4.5 gallon quiet Husky compressor and love it. That's a decent size. There's nothing wrong with that. Or maybe some people don't treat their tools well. There are those people. Bad Idea Workbench says, used to know the people here where I live, but the neighborhood is all rentals now. People come and go. And that's the thing, man. Vegas is a big time rental, transient community. People come here and a lot of people can't deal with the heat. And I think honestly, so we're here, for those of you who don't know, it's a compromise with my ex-wife, whom I share custody with the oldest, with Duncan. And I always vowed I was never going to be one of those dads that, just took off or saw his kid 2 weekends a month kind of thing. And I think a boy needs to have his father in his life constantly, and if not, just to put the fear of God in him. And we're all both families were in the Bay Area, and we're both frustrated with the cost of living and stuff. And about the only place we could compromise on, because of her career, I could go anywhere, but because of her career was the only choices were basically one of the big cities on the coast or in Vegas, and so we compromised on Vegas. And it's a decent enough town when you don't spend all your time down on the Strip and stuff. Going down on the Strip is great for date night and stuff. That's a nice thing. When you're married and you want to get away, date night's always, gee, honey, what are we gonna do this week? Well, let's go see a movie, or let's go bowling, or let's go to a restaurant. Here, at least, we have the option of let's go see this fabulous show, or let's go do this kooky thing or something. One of our favorite bars to go to is a country western bar based off of the Coyote Ugly. Or actually, the movie Coyote Ugly is based off of this bar or something. And anyway, it's a hoot. Sit there and people watch and have a few drinks and hang out with the wife and stuff. But that's one of the nice things. But the fact of the matter is, once the kids are up and gone, off to college and stuff, we're not going to stick around Vegas. I don't see me spending the rest of my life here. God willing. Swing line, not Bostonian? Who are you trying to kid? I've always used swing line. I've always liked swing line staplers. I prefer the metal ones. This is a plastic one. I like the old school all metal swing lines. Justin Dow, brother, how's it going, my man? We need to get together now that I'm back down south. We need to, we should do a get all the creators and have you guys come out for a weekend, and we'll get like a hotel suite or something, and sit down and have some beers and talk tools and whatnot. 30% off. Thank you. That's a reference to the below $10, 5 items under 10, 30% off. It's not lame, it's funny, and it's quieter too, isn't it? Brad's workbench is here. Hey, Brad, how's it going, man? We haven't lost the bell. We're pretty sure we know where it is, but it's in a box. We have not. I came back on Thursday. I straight shotted it through on Thursday, and I haven't had time to unpack everything. Handlebar, sing up. You take. Gotta get. I know it happens. Gotta get some rest. So you take it easy. All right. Thanks for swinging by. Chaka says word about Vegas being a rental town. I've been in Vegas since May. Next week is my last week here. Getting transferred back to Hanford site work. Chaka, you said something earlier. I didn't realize before we left you were in Vegas. We should have got together for a drink or something. If you're still going to be around, let me know. I'm supposed to go and hang out with another viewer, hopefully sometime this week or something. So send me an email. It's red@denatools.com. Maybe we can grab a drink before you move out. Be nice to match a name to the face, or face to the name, or the soup can label, as it were. Let's see here. Ron Smith says Dodge and Ford makes a 450 series pickup that's better turning radius than the 3500s Dodgers. Bottom of the barrel Chevrolet, bottom of the barrel quality Dodge numbers 2. Abracus says my friend lives in Vegas, told me crazy stories about finding things in the desert. I don't know if you want to go looking in the desert around Vegas. You might be real surprised what you find. Every tool has a hammer side. Francis, boy, thank goodness I don't live in California. We can still buy as much ammo as we want. Ram Cummins just kicks tail. The Hemi is still a great engine. That's the one thing is, I talk about the fact that I'd like to get a dually with a Cummins and stuff. And that's really only because I want to pull something really big. But a lot of people underestimate the Hemi as a towing engine. If you're not towing stuff constantly, heavy loads constantly, it's a fine engine, and you probably end up getting better gas mileage with it. I don't know. It depends on the price of gas versus diesel these days. But the other thing is, it's kind of like driving a muscle car, man. That thing, you step on it, it will get up and go. Desmond said, I'd love to see Bauer release a Dremel tool and soldering iron like Ryobi. I think that we're going to see a Bauer rotary tool, but I don't know if it's going to be cordless, like taking the battery pack. That would be cool if we did. I would really like to see that. You don't have a prayer in Vegas. I believe you have my stapler. I love that movie. Let's see here. Zaphiel here. Where's Zaph? There's Zaphiel. So I got Zaphiel here. My man Zaph. We got a box. Talk about a thing. Come here, Labrador. Come here. Come on. Say hi. They're over there. They're over there. Stop licking. Not in the face. Come here. Guess what I got? So someone loves dogs, and they sent a care package, a doggy care package. Well, first of all, they sent the anti-cowbell hearing protectors. We've got a hair removal pet brush. Oh, look at this, Belza. Oh, it taunts you. It taunts you. this thing. And we got a Harbor Freight light. There we go. Turn off. And we got bones and treats and bones. And look at this. A pup pack contains one beggar, one contender, one front shank, one lung steak, trachea, and some sort of tendon. I get on my glasses. A butcher's prime pack of dog treats. Carrots bacon flavored. This is awesome. Consumer Reports How to Clean Practically Anything. That's a cool book. I didn't see that before. I just peeked into it before. I wanted to save going over here on the channel. Technicians class. Oh, that's awesome. This is great. So this is for getting your here. I gotta take this off so I can hear myself talk. This is for getting your ham radio license. And I've been talking about doing it for the longest time. I even somewhere have a little, was it a 2-meter handheld? So I need to finish that and take that test. It's kind of become a thing for me as I've taken all these different classes and certifications and things. Hold on, no hand. And now from $75 from a Snap-on wrench. Oh, hey, we'll give you one of these. You want one of these? Do you? It was a good hound. Come here. Come here. Can you speak? Hopefully you won't hurt me. Oh my gosh. Oh, go get it. She's off. Thank you so much. That is awesome. And that is so great. And I got other things. So I got another package. And I don't want to say the whole name, but Tyler, thank you so much. He sent this for testing out. And this is, let's hear, make sure it's right side up to you guys. A Cornwell wrench we're going to test. Now this is I think it's 17 millimeter. So I'm going to have to get something to test that with, but then we're going to have some fun testing that. And Joe, if you're on there right now, we got your postcard and got somebody else. I don't know where my wife put it. She has a tendency to just move things. Somebody from Canada sent us a postcard along with a whole bunch of stickers. I can't remember your name right now. And she moved the envelope. And I was going to open it right here. I'll make her find it when she gets back. But anyway, so back to the show. Harbor Freight sandblasters, good or bad? I've only used the really cheap one that's got the little metal housing that hangs below it. And I used it to take some parkerization off of a 1911, a cheap 1911, and trying to resurface it, and it worked amazingly well. So, just go pick up another one for Daughter Raw. Oh my gosh, excuse me, it's just so dry here. My sinuses are killing me. Harbor Freight 1,000 stores. Yeah, we should do a nice golf clap for Harbor Freight for 1,000 stores. Not that they sent me one of those 1,000 store hats. One of our viewers was actually at that store, and he sent me a picture of the line and sent me a picture of the whatchamacallit, the hats that they were giving away. I was actually planning to do a video on that for Monday, talking about the 1,000 stores. That's a huge mark in retail. Be able to open 1,000 stores. Let's see here. Ooh, don't even have to worry about the cowbell. Yep. For the Emperor. That's a gaming joke. Where else? What breed is your dog? She is a tactical Labrador, as the kids like to say. She's a black lab. Or on bad days, a meth lab. It's a little crazy. Do I know where Lancaster, California is? Of course I know where Lancaster is. He lived there from 75 to 76. Talk about don't go looking in the desert. You can find anything. Let's see here. It's a bit out of date, but it's all the same. That's totally fine. Thank you so much. That was so awesome. I love getting anything, any kind of metal mail from the viewers and postcards and whatnot. In fact, if you see right here, we've got right there my Vanna White Wave. That's the new, or not the, that's the new old PO box. That's the PO box for here in Montana, or not Montana. I'm going to have to adjust to this. For here in Vegas, that's the P.O. Box. 2251 North Rampart Boulevard, Suite number 177, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89128. Get a Ram if you like check engine lights every 6 months. I've had mine 3 years. I've had one check engine light, and it was the gas cap that my wife didn't put on hard enough. Hey Bear, I picked up my green U.S. General 22-inch cabinet. It's really nice. They're nice. I like them. I think the green's a little bright for my taste, but they're nice cabinets. What do you recommend as an EDC knife? That's a good question. What's the knife I normally have, Bill? Oh, you know what I have is I carry a Leatherman. It's like the one that's really basic. Hold on. I got to look it up now. It's because I used to carry like a full-on Leatherman, and then I started carrying but then I was like, I didn't like the knife that came with it, so I started carrying a Leatherman and a pocket knife, and then I got so it's a multi-tool. It's the Skeletool. So the Leatherman Skeletool is the one I carry. It has a blade kind of similar, like what I would think of like a Spyderco kind of blade. It's not my favorite, but it's a decent blade. And it's got a pair of needle nose with wire cutters, and then you've got a Phillips and a flathead screwdriver, and of course a bottle opener, which of course I never use, but it has it. So anyway, that's my daily carry. I have some other ones. I like to. You ever heard of Woot.com? They're a wholesaler. It's like clearance stuff, and CRKT often sells stuff through them. So I have some CRKT knives I find them as decent, affordable kind of knives. And then I have a couple higher end kind of blades that I carry every so often when I feel like it. What do you call it? The one the symbols of butterfly. It's they're not butterfly knives, but it's the name escapes me. Anyway, Carson's Exploring Channel in the house. How's it going, man? And let's see here. Who can recommend a good, cheap laser level for when I put a new kitchen cabinet and also a stud finder? Well, the Bosch ones, when you find them on sale, they're pretty cheap. But I've yet to find a laser level that doesn't actually work. So maybe just find something on Amazon with some good input on it. So I can't think of one off the top of my head. Brad says, LMAO, I've been driving one for 8 years, can count the amount of problems on one hand. That Snap-on wrench goes. You know what I will say about Snap-on? I will say this. And I have to say it because I give them a hard time about everything else. So I have all the 10 millimeters that I destroyed. And so we're doing part of that is returning them to see if they stand up to the warranty, allegedly. And I went and I found my local Snap-on guy. Now it's not like he comes by my house. I have to keep my eye on him and go like, oh, there he is, and swing by the house. This is back when I was in Montana, and everything's only 5 minutes away either direction. And I, I found my wrench, went and found him, and he was in someone's shop. And I walked in to, and they're like, "Oh, can I help you?" I'm like, "I'm actually here for Mike here." And he's like, "Oh, what do you need?" And I pull out my wrench and I show it to him. And the lady behind the counter, who doesn't work for Snap-on, looks at the wrench and goes, "Oh yeah, that wasn't it didn't have a pipe on it or anything." I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about." But classy as he is, the Snap-on dealer never said anything. He's like, "Well, let's get that fixed for you." Took me out, to the truck, and yes, I got on the truck, um, and swapped it right out. Was a super nice guy about it. Was super quick, and I got nothing but props for him. So of course, you could also say at $33 for a basic wrench. Hell yeah, that's exactly the way it should be. Unfortunately, it's not always that way, but shout out to them for that time for it being exactly how it should have been. Let's see here. Have you had a chance to try out the new Flux 125? I have. Unfortunately, I didn't get time to finish the video, but we're going to be doing that video this week, and I don't want to spoil anything, but wow. Basically, it's like everything else in the middle of the roads kind of stuff here that Harbor Freight's doing, where it basically took what you used to get, which was the inexpensive one, which was good enough. It was decent. It wasn't a bad tool for the money. And it took that and it said, hey, it has that kind of premise to it. What if I offered to fix this issue, this issue, this issue, this issue, this issue for this much money? Would you pay the difference? And you're like, well, hell, of course I would. It's not that much, and it would make that basic tool that much better. That's, again, what they did. It fixes all the flaws that you had with the basic Chicago Electric and turns it into a great portable little machine. All right. When do you think Bauer will come out with the 40-volt battery? If they do, I know a clone of the Bauer tool. I don't know if they ever will do a 40-volt version. Now, they're doing 40-volt in the Lynx for yard tools, but I don't see them coming out with a 40-volt version in the hand tools. For the Emperor, how about for the Mandalore? Dear friend, my son had a show, but kept bursting cams after the 6.1. The engine was gone. That was a fast car, though, man. For what it was, the SHO was fast. You miss Montana, don't you? Hells yeah, I miss Montana. I've been all over the U.S. And maybe as a young man, you're a pretty young guy. You probably still love the East Coast and everything else. But as you get older, you get a bigger family, and you want to slow down a little bit and take it easy. Man, there is just nothing like Montana. The people are nice. Definitely, it's God's country. It's beautiful as can be. I know. I had to deal with the DMV. It was 10 minutes of my life I won't get back, right? I joke. That's how long it took. I walk in there, do some paperwork, pay him some money, walk out, all done. Done deal. The DMV anywhere else, on the coast, it's just a madhouse. Best circular saw for the money, quartered or not. I suck at using them. Took me hours to cut 7 pieces of plywood today. Maybe I need a table saw. No. Okay. Hold on. This chair won't roll right. This thing's going to kill me. Come on. Anyway. What you need is a good thing to put the plywood on. Sawhorses or some foam sheet on the ground or a table that you can cut into, something. And then you need a good straight edge. And whether that be a metal store-bought straight edge or one you make yourself or something and you clamp on, you just need that. You need the right blade for what you're doing. And as far as, a good circ saw, any of the name brand circ saws corded are decent. There's just if that's all you're going to be doing it for, is using it around the shop, you don't need a cordless circ saw. A cordless circ saw is a convenience factor. They're nice to have, and I like them, but I used a corded circ saw for years, unless I'm in a specific place where you need. That's the thing. A lot of people buy cordless when they could get by with corded just fine. Remember, corded's going to give you uh, almost always more power, infinitely better charge time, and as long as you can deal with the cord and the cord's not an issue, then why not? Um, the I'm trying to think. I'm a big fan of the skill saws, but that's probably more expensive than what you really need. I think any of the big rigid makes a decent corded, not too expensive saw. Uh, DeWalt makes a decent one. Milwaukee, uh, even Ryobi. And I'll be honest, I've not been a huge fan of the Harbor Freight corded stuff. Maybe their higher end, Chicago Pro one or whatever is better. I don't know. I've used the cordless ones. I've got the Herc cordless and it's fantastic. But if you're not planning to buy into that battery line, um, Fred says they're always finding bodies in the desert that the mob dumped here. Yeah, I bet they are, man. You can't tow with a gasser, especially in the mountains. Diesel's what you need. Funny, I just drove through the mountains. I tow in the mountains all the time. It's twice a year I'm driving through the Rockies, crossing the divide half a dozen times. It depends on what you're towing and how much you tow. Walt Lars says EDC here, Gerber multi-tool and Spyderco Rescue for cutting seatbelts. Mike Hamilton says, oh man, okay. Bryce says, you can hang out in the desert. I'll be at the dessert bar. That is. Benchmade. Nick Hoffman with the rescue. Benchmade. That's the ones. Couldn't remember it. We got, Danny and Nick and, and Chevy. Benchmade. Hard Knock Forge in the house. How's it going? All right. Personally have the Ozark Trail multi-tool from Walmart. I get my employee discount. I don't blame you. That Ozark Trail stuff they do for Walmart, they've got a lot of decent products there. Hold on, guys. I got to adjust this chair here. I'm sitting on, it's like a Mexican tile kind of floor so that the wheels get stuck in these little grooves. And I can't get comfortable in the dang thing. Come here. Little bugger. All righty. All right. Chico, welcome to Redbeard and the Dental. Very nice. Thank you, sir. North Rampart, you're in Summerlin as well, Bear? I am in Summerlin, as a matter of fact. Not that I want to be in Summerlin, but it's where we ended up, and things may change, but wait a minute, I'm just checking here. What is this? This is, sorry, I just found another envelope. Yeah, dude, tools, somebody. Oh, this is a letter from Zafio. Hold on, and did you send this stuff too? There's a bunch of stickers in here. I didn't see these before. WireGuard, mark your place in the world. Midwest, homemaking and wine supplies. Northern Brewer. Well, these are cool. What is this? Remote labels. This is awesome. Thank you for the stickers. I love those. Raul says, I carry multi-tool and pocket knife with serrated. I constantly use both. In most cases, that's why I carried both. Was the blade on the multi-tool I never found good enough. But the blade on the Leatherman Skeletal I think is decent enough that I can usually rely just on that. And then I always have one in the truck. Actually, usually 2 or 3 in the truck. And then I always have one of those the cheap snap-off razor blades from Harbor Freight. Lancaster and Palmdale has gotten so bad now that most people I know are leaving. Oh, that's too bad. And let's see here. Gallagher, hey Bear, how's it going? Andy Prairie Dog, good evening. My son was going to watch too. No Bear, he took off. Oh, I know. Sadness. Klein Guy says, I've been watching a lot of live streams, but I was wondering, what do you do for a living, good sir? I'm a full-time YouTuber these days. I have a really long story, but the short of it is I started off way back when in the trades as a carpenter, and I taught myself computers as a hobby. Well, because I wanted to play around with computers, and I didn't have the money, being a carpenter, to just go out and buy the one I wanted. So I bought parts here and there and taught myself to build computers, and then, of course, how to fix computers. And then somebody offered me a job making a stupid amount of money working on computers, and then moving out to California. And I'd never been out to California, or never lived out here. So I said, oh, sure, I'll try it. Next thing I know, I was running a tech firm for 20 years. And now I'm somewhat retired. I've rebuilt half a dozen houses at this point, 2 of which were my own, or I should say 1 of which is my own. I'm currently working on the other one. Let's see here. Best flashlight for the money. I gotta say Harbor Freight. I know you guys just say I'm a Harbor Freight fan, but when you say for the money, I mean, the other thing is, what are you going to do with it? But I'm thinking like for general use kind of stuff. The new Harbor Freight, the new flashlights from Harbor Freight are excellent. And I did a big comparison of the night watchman style flashlights, and I gotta say the Harbor Freight performed as good or better than any of the other ones there, and was cheaper than them. So when you say for the money, I gotta say that's where I'd go. Grant asks, bought the Quinn long double jointed needle nose today. Awesome. The LED shop light was an awesome buy as well. I'm glad you chimed in on that. If you guys haven't seen those, they've got the new double jointed needle nose, and the point of that is so that you can have a longer needle nose that doesn't have to open up quite as wide. So if you have to get in someplace really narrow, you can do that. And they looked like they were decent, but hey, Yoda Doug, you at McDonald's or BK? Neither. I'm in our house here in Montana. Darn it. Vegas. I'm in Vegas. Vegas. Just accept it. Come to grips with it. Own it. We're in Vegas. Let's see here. Just bought a Flux 125. Cool. Let me know what you're going to use it for. Hard Knock says he got gigabit at his fingertips now. That's cool. It's always nice going back to having real high speed. Paid $149 at the parking lot sale. So that's the titanium one. I take it you got. That is a great little box, man. Walt Lars says best flashlight for EDC Surefire 6P Lowe's carries the battery for $450 a pair. Surefire makes excellent flashlights. Don't get me wrong. Not inexpensive flashlights, but good flashlights. Speaking of batteries, any word on the Ford? Yeah. So I pressed him on that, and it's going to be a next year kind of thing. So not this fall or winter. Let's see here. Sorry, it's me. Hard Knocks comments. I was talking to someone else, but he says, no Starbucks sucks here, but FBI van outside has excellent internet and super easy password. Tool horses. I've had good luck with the skill circular saws. Well, yeah, I mean that's the reason that there's the default name of calling them skill saws and whatnot. Gunner says took my grandson to Harbor Freight yesterday. Taught them the golden rule: always have and always use a coupon. True enough. Hey, please remember. Please type at the Den of Tools, all one word. It shows up to get our attention as right below. It shows up like that. We're in the orange box. So as you can see, down here, right there behind the microphone, down over there, all those, you see where it says like those 3 orange boxes? That's where people talked in that at the Den of Tools. That makes sure that I see that you're talking to me. You guys aren't just chatting back and forth, which you guys do, which is perfectly awesome. But let's be honest, you want me specifically to read it. Of course, the best way to do it, and always is, of course, with super chats. But yeah, let's see here. Klang says, "Thanks, kid. Thanks for your bio. My bio would be so long. I've done a lot of stuff in my day. I really have, and I've been blessed to be able to do it." Matt R says, "I only have some cheap plastic Harbor Freight saw horses. I actually cut into one twice. Total noob." That happens. I'm not a big fan of the Harbor Freight saw horses. They're okay. I use them as a secondary saw horse. Either get some. They're just not that stable. They're too thin and flimsy. You could make some pretty cheap also. Consider doing that. What do you think about the new Hyper Tough 20-volt line? I think it's remarkably decent for the price. I don't think all of it's all that fabulous. I did a comparison of their drill driver versus the Warrior drill driver versus like some higher end drill drivers last summer, and it came in last in the comparison test. But last is still, it was like if you needed to build a deck or do stuff around the house, you could still get it done. And on top of that, they have a really wide line of tools that goes with it. They have yard tools and stuff like that. They do 40 volt where they use 2 batteries on it. Seems like a decent lineup, and everyone I know who's bought into it has been happy with it. So I would say for the average homeowner, low-end DIYer, it's not a bad solution. Any advice for someone entering the HVAC field? Learn to love getting cut by sheet metal. 12-volt tools are your friend. Invest in a good line. Probably Milwaukee. I like the Harbor Freight stuff. I'm not a fan of the DeWalt 12 volts. But even the Harbor Freight 12 volts, there's just not enough of a lineup there to support all the stuff you're going to need. And go fuel. If you get a hacksaw, go with the 12-volt fuel hacksaw. I'm talking Milwaukee here. Get good hand tools and wear gloves. And learn to like tiny places. Headlamps are a good choice also. Tool Hoarder says, I did a 20-foot drop test on the Braun Slimline today. Did a video. Hey, post it down below. I'd like to check that out, man. Give us a link. Arizona in the house. Man, I keep thinking how hot it is here, and then I got friends and family in Arizona. That'll really let you know something that's hot. Joe Smith's in the house. Where are you, Joe? E. Galligan, $1.99. Thank you very much for the $2 Hollywood, $1.99 there. And appreciate the support for the channel. I really do. The summer months get lean. It's really weird. It's the videos we've been putting out, good videos and getting good. A lot of people watching and stuff. But as a full-time YouTuber, you notice that the money you make in the summer just really falls off, man. It gets tight. So we just really appreciate your support of the channel, and we really need it, especially when it comes to buying more tools to test and stuff. Carl Carson says, on the Bauer recip saw, is the plastic the same as what's used in the screw gun? Because the picture of the plastic looks a little bit cheaper. I don't know. It definitely doesn't feel of the same quality as what's on the Hercules, but it felt decent. It didn't feel like brittle plastic or super cheap kind of plastic or anything like that. I'll have to go and take a look. I can't say off the top of my head, but I mean, as I said, it did seem like it was a step down from the Hercules. Let's see what else we got here. Also, hey Walt, thank you for here's some advice for you. I'm talking about the sawhorses again. He says that the Stanley plastic sawhorses have a notch for a sacrificial 2x4, so that when you're cutting across the top, you can cut right through it, and you don't have to worry about cutting the sawhorse. That's a great feature. Hey Bear, are all ultra quiet compressors worth the money to you as California Air Tools? I've tested 2 California Air Tools. They've been decent, and I found the Fortress ones to be as good or better. Definitely better build quality in the Harbor Freight Fortress one. And I know you're all like, who says Harbor Freight has better build quality? I've tested in my shop, tested both California Air compressors, and in both cases, this is both like their prosumer line and their professional line. One a little bit better, one a little bit worse. Both cases, the build quality is not as good as the Fortress. Daughter Ross says, you beat me to that direction by like 2.5 seconds. Direction. What direction? One Direction? I don't listen to them. Just silly. Agent Joe Lurker. No kidding. Stephen Marisky says, any advice for someone? We just covered that. Harder. That's a microphone. I thought it was a Death Star with a visor. That's not a moon. It's a space station. Yeah, it's one of those snowball microphones from Yeti. And it's right up here and in my face because the only part of this desk that has an edge where I can latch it on is the very front quarter. So I can't really... Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I can't really move it. Hey, Bear, where's the fam? Hey, Terry, how's it going, man? The 2 boys are upstairs, and they've been thick as thieves this week. And the little girl child and the missus are at a birthday party. She was going to drop her off and come back. Let me see what time it is. 7 o'clock. Either she got to talking or it wasn't the kind of party where she could just drop her off. So, let me see. Did I get a... Where's my phone? Let me dig out, see if we got a message from the missus. And it says that Justin Dow did a video. No messages from the missus, so I assume she's on her way back. Is Hercules going to release a full set of battery tools? Yes, they are. Yeah, it's going to be... they're going to have... I don't know if they're going to have all the yard tools like you see with the Bauer line, but they are going to have a full line of tools. In fact, they're getting fast-tracked. Grant says, I took my father-in-law to Harbor Freight this morning, stopped him going in and said, Bear says never go in without a coupon. Kind of strange look. Zapfield says, I have metal sawhorses. I really try to avoid to cut into those. Yeah, I bet. Coast makes good flashlights. They do make good flashlights. I often find them somewhat lacking in the way they do their lens. They often use this kind of bubble lens, and you'll get this weird soft focus light and then one hot spot right in the center. And it often is adjustable, but even when it's adjustable, I find that it's too small. And the price on the Coast is, I mean, it's decent. It's not stupid expensive, but it's not as cheap as like Harbor Freight or anything like that. And when I tested the Coast versus the Harbor Freight versus everything else, it was the first one to die. So as far as battery life, I don't know. Joe Smith, the Troll Sniper in the house. One shot, one kill. Sniper at your feet. Abracus says, got a small Craftsman flashlight for $5. It's great. Inline LEDs, buttons on top. That sounds cool. Oh, excuse me. As Rock says, Milwaukee 12 volt for HVAC. It's kind of the default. Rams versus Cowgirls on TV in LA, game in Hawaii. I think that's what he means. There we go. Oh, wow. Football. That's right, man. Football's getting ready to get started, and then we got hockey season. Woo-hoo. That's one thing I am looking forward to because we don't have football yet this year. I think they're still building the stadium for the Raiders, but we do have hockey, so I'm looking forward to some hockey games this year. Then the other day I wanted to go up to the local arena and just lay on the ice. It was so hot. Let's see here. William, thanks. No worries, man. No worries. All right. IBQ Fin, $2. My rear end makes noises. Probably the differential, maybe the shocks. I'm not sure. Let's see here. Steve says, text her and tell her daughter Ra is waiting for her. Let's see here. Well, that's a group text. That would be bad. Daughter Ra and everyone else are sitting here waiting on you. You're late as usual. Bring snacks and drinks. She won't because we're back, being good about our diet. Maybe drinks. Although I am giving up, oh my gosh, so much. So we're going back on the keto diet. Giving up gluten, giving up nightshade, giving up dairy, trying to work on my inflammatory issues with my knees because I'm giving up my painkillers that I have for my knees. And I'm giving up soda and caffeine. I may kill someone. It could happen. What's your favorite NHL team? Is it it's got to be the Golden Knights because it's the local team and with the kids and stuff. So I grew up as a Blackhawks fan, but got a good root for the Knights. Is there a coupon yet for the Bauer Recip? I have not seen one, but one might come out. That's time to roll credits. Thank you all for all you do, brother Joe. Deva, how did I miss you here before? And now you're leaving, all right? Take care, man. Loose muffler exhaust. Oh, that could do it too. Do you prefer M12 or M18 in the Milwaukee line? Here's the thing. I'm not a fan of the Milwaukee line or the rigid line because I don't like the form factor. Because they put the battery in the grip and it swells the size of the grip, and I got big paws, man. And even I don't like holding it. Is the Hercules oscillating tool better than the Chicago Electric one for the money? For the money? I would have to say no. I mean, that Chicago Electric one's pretty dang cheap. It's like, what, $30 or something? Maybe if they come out with a good sale on it. I mean, it's a good, sturdy tool. Don't get me wrong. So if you're doing long run times, that Chicago Electric's probably going to overheat on you. But if you're doing short, quick kind of cuts, like, not running it for 5 minutes at a time, you'll be fine. Doesn't everybody make noises? Jeff sitting out here, fired up barbecue, drinking some wine, can't stay. Send love your way. No, that's not it. Thanks, Cal. Thanks so much, man. E. Galligan, $9.99 with the. I don't have the. Oh wait, we got the stapler. There we go. Since there's no cowbell. I got a wrench. I could bang the wrench on something. You should have clarified which rear end. Remember, keeping it family friendly here. You build it, we destroy it. What did I miss? Sounds like the bear is doing early Lent. Yeah, it does feel that way, doesn't it? Found out it was way easier to give up the old lady than red meat during GMOs of my sanity. Let's see here. Is everybody here a moderator? Kinda. Tried to buy the 20-volt Hercules drill driver today, but the employee told me they only ordered a few at a time and suggested I order online. Is that typical? No, the Hercules model is going through a redesign on the mold. So they had to sell through all the old ones, get them all out of stock before the new ones come in. So that's the issue. The next month or two, that should get fixed. How's that big green box working? Any thoughts about starting kiteboarding? Well, maybe when I get into shape on the kiteboarding, the big green box, man, I got to do a whole video on that thing. I cannot say enough about it. I mean, so the list price on it was $550. It had a dent in it. They gave me $150 off, so I paid $400 for a top-bottom 50-inch box with a micro, what do you call it, thing. Man, my brain's not here today. The micro hutch up on top, and it survived the trip up. It's been loaded up and down with tools multiple times. It actually, our tarp, because we don't have a garage up north, so it was stored on the north side of the house. Tarp ripped away, got rained on, hailed on. We had the mother of all hailstorms up there. I thought it was going to kill me, and it's perfectly fine. Just almost like without a scratch. It's great. What's this next into the oscillating tool I'm going to buy? Let's see here. Move this out there since I'm sitting back. Gotta sit back and relax a bit. Anyone run the Bauer 6.5 circular saw on the 1.5 amp hour battery? I've tried it. You can do it. You just won't get nearly as many cuts out of it. Is Tecton the Craftsman of yesteryear? You could kind of say that. I mean, because they're of that kind of quality that pros can use them consistently. The customer service on is top notch. They're affordable when compared to the other professional tools that are out there. I never pick up a Tecton tool and be like, this one. Yeah. I mean, I love everything I got. Oh, let's see if that's I think it is the missus. And the missus says, go chew on a lemon. No, she said, I did send you several messages in chat that you totally ignored because we're married. What the snot does that mean? You know what? Here, hold on. No, you didn't. You must. Oh, she sent me separate. She's in chat. Little bugger. Did you type at the Den of Tools? Did you? I don't think so. Hold on. I gotta move in this chair again. This thing is out to get me. And she says, heading back, be there in about 20 minutes. Hold on, folks. I'm gonna mute the microphone here real quick because I have to yell at some cubs. Certain Labrador needs to have some dinner, and they're up there messing around, need to feed the dog. Were you the hailstorm that hit Billings last week? I think I hit more than just Billings, but yeah, I was in that thing, and it was insane. It was just, I was on the highway doing 80 miles an hour. I thought I was going to die. Is Harbor Freight low profile jack the best jack for the money? 3-ton low profile jack, without a doubt, best jack for the money. Tecton is made in Taiwan. Tecton, 2/3 of Tecton is made in Taiwan. About 20% is, I'd say about 20% is made in the U.S. and the remaining percentage is made in China. They actually have a significant amount of tools that are made in the U.S. Oh, excuse me. And yeah, the old Tecton stuff is, you can't compare it to the new stuff. It's 4 or 5 years ago they completely changed, or they started changing, and now it's a totally different company, at least as far as quality of product. My wheel chock is from scrap wood at the bin store. I have wheel chocks like that too. Any thought about just staying in Montana and putting your kids through school there? Can't do it because of the whole mixed family thing where, I don't have full custody. So your wife's been in here for almost an hour. I do try to ignore her comments. We know what it is she doesn't sponsor the channel through Super Chats, so I don't read her comments. I've been waiting on Home Depot to put the Ryobi glue gun combo back on sale. That is a pretty cool kit, actually. No picnic baskets for the Cubs tonight. We got calls for houses that had no hail damage, but the pressure blew the windows and it did, man. It literally felt like, so it was like ice. They hit us. It was like the kind that what they call, like, the women I know call it the good ice. Like when you go to like Sonic, it's like that kind of crumbly kind of ice the size of a large pea kind of thing. And it was like literally somebody took a whole bucket of that and just started, a god-sized bucket, and just started pouring it, because we're driving along, little light rain, clear as day, all of a sudden just sheets of hail like you wouldn't believe. I thought my windshield was going to come in on me from the pressure. And I'm on the highway surrounded by semis. Oh. You don't need to be in shape to kiteboard. It powers you. It doesn't matter. Yeah, my issue is my knees. And kiteboarding is hard on your knees. And if I lose weight, then there won't be as much pressure on my knee. Glad you stayed safe from that hail. It was something else, let me tell you. Weren't a lot of things made in Hong Kong years ago? What happened with that? Well, mostly electronics kind of stuff was made in Hong Kong. And a lot of that changed with the whole China agreement and stuff, and a lot of that movement. So there's a lot of that moved from Hong Kong to southern China, to the free trade district in southern China. Let's see here. I sense a bear skin rug incoming. Hold on. I got to shout out some people. Come here. Come here. I want you to see this in front of me. Whose dog is it?
Mine.
Okay. Why should I have to tell you to feed your dog? Not once, but twice.
I don't know.
I shouldn't, should
yes.
I? And you're 13 and you're going to be a man. It's time for you to start being responsible and thinking about things and doing things for the right reason, not just because your dad yelled at you.
Okay.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that. TMO, $2 holler. How's it going? $2. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Always appreciate it. We can hear you. Oh, yeah, I took the mute off. Sorry. Let's see here. Take it you're not talking to me. My issue with kiteboarding is what I'd look like on a kiteboard. Yeah, and there's not as many places here to do it. I don't know what it's like over. The only place really you could do it here would be. Come here. I want some.
No.
There's a huge bag of grapes.
Mine.
Come on.
Oh, mine.
Come on.
Oh, mine.
Get them up.
So, could someone do it?
Are these the frozen ones?
Yeah.
Ooh. Taken. Frozen grapes. Sound like a thundering herd of buffalo. These aren't frozen, they're just cold. Cold grapes are good. Frozen are better. You don't need legs to kiteboard. I believe that's not called kiteboarding, that's called waterboarding. Oh my gosh. Danny says we have an 11-year-old and constantly have to remind her to feed the cats. They're cats, they'll be fine. No one will miss them. Sorry, I like cats. Other people's cats. I actually love cats. With some barbecue sauce and a side of rice and I had cats for years and years. I've had lots of cats. So see, that's why I got a dog. Bit of stem there. Because every other time I always had cats and I was in a relationship and the relationship would end and the woman would take the cats. So now I got a dog, so she can't take my cats. I love it. It feels good to see other adults who still believe in discipline. Yeah, I've seen too many kids who were raised free range. It drives me crazy. They need to know, kids feel better. People think, oh, you're being mean to this. Kids respond better when they know where the line is and what the fence is and how to stay within the rules and stuff. Makes them comfortable because they know what what's the expectations are. Give you migraines. Well, we won't be giving you anything. I probably shouldn't be eating them because they're mostly sugar. We were witnessing a responsible parent disciplining their child. That wasn't disciplining. I can show you disciplining. No. But that was, as they get older, you have to, I'll be honest, I spanked them when they were younger. But at some point, it becomes counterproductive because when they're younger, it's like dealing with, a dog or something where you can't communicate to them rationally like, hey, here's why you need to do this. And this is why what you're doing is wrong, and in the long run, you're going to be sorry for it. And, he's getting to that age where you can. So we're trying to raise an adult at this point. So we're trying to treat him like an adult. Not a joke. Oh, geez. I've only had like 2 migraines my entire life. Jess gets them all the time. I feel bad for you. Albert says, I think they sell the same grapes near me on the other side of the country. They probably do. They probably came from somewhere in Mexico or something. Cats will feed themselves when it comes down to it. Yes, and it might be you. General So's kitten. That's horrible. Donna Russ says, we had a 4-year-old shoving things in her backpack at the sale. Oh, that's terrible. Are you serious? Worst thing I ever had at a garage sale was I had a guy buy an uninterruptible power supply. It's like for a computer where it's got a battery and a power strip. Picked it up, walked to 20 feet, dropped it onto concrete. Then came back, and I had like 3 of them I was selling. Came back and said, actually, I've decided I want the other one. I'm like, no, I just saw you drop it. You're not going to come back and exchange it. And he was like, put off, like, you're not going to let me exchange it? Do I look like a Walmart? No. You just dropped the dang thing. It's yours. Am I going to the parking lot sale? I am going to swing by the parking lot to sale just to see what's up. About the cat thing, yeah. They will find a way. I've heard stories of people like dying in their house and people finding them 30 days later and the cats have been chewing on them. Whereas like the dog curled up next to their master and laid down and died too. Falcon says he loaned his cat to the guy up the street. He has mice. The cat's having a blast. The military will raise the boy when he's 16. Well, if you notice the haircut, I don't know if you guys noticed the haircut. That's his Civil Air Patrol. So he wants to go Air Force. Danny says he controls the router. You're talking about his internet router with the cell phone, turns her devices off until she does her chores. I've told him I'll do that. Walt says many animal shelters have feral cats and kittens for free or low cost as barn cats or working cats. You know, if I had a barn or property or stuff like that, I don't mind having outdoor cats. I don't have an issue with cats. I don't like doing the cat litter, and I don't like watching my cat sit up on top of the counter or something and look at something and be like, "Oh, you like this thing? Bip." Look at that. I broke it. I'm going to break this next one, too. You want terrible weed at bad news? A person pulled over with a cat marinating in the trunk in Italian dressing. Oh! I hate Italian dressing. Actually, no, I'm kidding. I actually like Italian dressing. Not a big fan of cats. We have a cat leg on a stick at Chinese buffet. It's excellent. We went for Chinese last night, and it looked like they had cat on a stick. It really did. My uncle got eaten by his cats. Here you go. So back in sunny, warm Las Vegas. Sorry to hear that. It's a mite warm here in Big D also. By Big D, I think you mean Dallas. It is. Let's see here. Wait, where'd it go? Come on. That's still saying it's 104. And the wife is saying she will not have food or drink. Well, then you better not come home. You went to a party. There's birthday cake there. Don't you be coming home without birthday cake. My mom took power cords to work. Next time, don't tell them. Just do. Shadow says, I tried to get in the Air Force, but my eyes kept me out. Here's the thing. He has a touch of color blindness, and I'm really worried that that's going to really affect his. Maybe by the time he's up to that point, maybe they'll allow the color corrective lenses. I don't know. It's not terrible bad. It is very marginal. Can we not talk about cats? Yes, we're going to stop on the cat conversation. DR Falcon, $15. The welcome wagon broke down. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Woo! Not the stapler. Let's see if I can do the. There we go. Disco. How about getting migraines? Good grief, that was a stupid idea. Saw a video where a guy reversed the four legs on the four-drawer cart, then put a 5-drawer on top of it. Why not just get the cabinet? I don't know. Because that's $250 worth of $300. Anyway. What are the best file handles for the money? Oh, I have no idea on that one. That's a good question. Can anybody else comment on that? I'm not big on file handles. I'm not picky about them, I should say. Hard Knocks Forge. Will a pancake compressor work with an earthquake compact wrench for the random stubborn? I don't think you'll even get a spin out of it. You'd have to get that no, it won't. But that's 104 dry heat. Yes, yeah, and I'll take the dry heat over your humidity down in Texas any day. W. Carter, how are you and Mama Bear doing with the diet? Well, we fell off the diet pretty hard, but we just got back on it, so we're trying to be good. Ricky's in bed now. That's awesome. Hold on, guys and gals. Give me a second. I need to find a different chair. Oh, this is gonna kill me. I'll be right back. Watch out, man. All right. There. Need something that's better back support. All righty. Do they really shoot buffaloes for their wings? Well, they don't come from chickens. Corpus Christi. I've been to Corpus Christi once. Beautiful, beautiful place, but golf balls as file handles. That's an interesting idea. When you stand on a board, like a paddle board, you're weightless. Then you add a kite to make power. Super fun and happiness. If you people say so. You know what? We should take a moment here. Since I just realized the time, I should take a moment and I want to say thank you so much to everyone here, all our moderators. All the moderators here are the people with the blue name, has a wrench next to it. Most of our moderators, not all, but most of them are also creators in their own rights. So please feel free to click on their name, go find their channel, take a look at one of the videos, give them a thumbs up just as a way to say thank you, and maybe even consider subscribing and ringing the bell. And also want to say thank you to everyone who supports the channel through the super chats tonight. You guys are rock stars, and it really helps with producing the kind of content that I want to produce. I'm trying to do more and more hands-on tool reviews kind of stuff, but it's not cheap to do that. I'm going out and buying the tools and buying the materials and all that kind of stuff. It costs money, and I really appreciate your support with this. And also, if you're a creator and you're just getting started or something, feel free to post a comment down below. Say, hey, check out my channel. We always try to support new creators and give everyone a shout out and hopefully help people get started here on the platform. Sorry if I seem a little down energy. I'm still recovering from the whole commute and time change and everything else. Who makes the best step drill? Oh, wow. That's I take it you mean like step drill bits. And I'll be honest, I don't use them a ton, so I just use the basic ones from Harbor Freight. Maybe somebody who comments about them a lot, who uses them a lot, can comment with what they think is the best for the dollar. But there's one of those tools for me that's like I don't use it a lot, but when I need it, and that's why I have the Harbor Freight ones. But maybe there's a better one out there, Irwin or Bosch or somebody else. Let's see here. Yoda, oh yeah, Yoda, sub to his channel. He's got a good channel over there. Donna Ross says, I create in real life, not on YouTube. That's right, because every time it says IRL, I always think of the old internet chat interface. She's like, when you said that, I'm like, I create IRL. I'm like, what do you create in IRL? Oh, in real life. Sorry, great break. Jason, yeah, the entire 18-volt line of Chicago Electric stuff has been discontinued. Carson's Corner, I was able to get a student discount on macro tools to get them all half off. Wow, that's a pretty good discount. I think you mean Matco. I'm guessing, not macro. Eco Mouse. Hey, man, how's it going? Unibit, but they're expensive. Dear Falcon, I liked Brad's channel. Do we have to say that now? Do we have to say that we liked his channel? Is he here still? I'm teasing. I love Brad. We give Brad a hard time because we like him so much. I actually think you should check out Brad's channel. Brad's Workbench, he has a great channel. And he puts out some really good content, and he's a funny guy. I thought IRL was just for Twitch. See? All is right with my world. Tool Talk on Saturday night is back on. Grizz, was it you who sent me the where'd it go? The wrench? There was a name in it, but they didn't put their online name, so. You recall early chat rooms back when you needed to give people your IRL. Uh-oh. I hear the door. Get her, Bill. Get her. Who is it? Eat her. IRC, you are right. I am thinking IRC. Oh my gosh. See? I told you my brain's out to lunch. Oh, it's getting dark in here. Can you turn on the light while you're at it? Where's my drink? And my snacks. I told you not to come back unless that's the fan.
I don't listen to you.
Is there not a light in here?
Maybe that.
How about that lamp over there? I'm just giving.
You just focus on her.
I'm micromanaging.
Obviously.
Oh, there we go. Dumb to not be able to see my beautiful mug. Here she is, see, live and in person. Give me a kiss.
Hey.
Anyway, the missus is back. She'll be sitting down here in a second here to join us.
Does that help? No.
Terry says, go run by, be safe. Terry, thanks for stopping by. Ciao.
Bye.
Joe says, win stickers guessing tools on Joe Smith's channel each week. New tools, junk from work won yesterday. That's awesome. Joe, you sent me something about giving a shout out to Junk from Work. By the way, check out Junk from Work's channel. He's got a decent channel there. He's got some good content. Oh, look at all that light. Wow.
Okay. It's going to be loud things because I'm knocking everything over with my butt.
And so anyway. Hello. Oh, you're joining us already? I thought maybe you were getting me a drink.
Do you think he's hinting at something?
Would you please?
Yes, I'm getting you a drink.
Kindly, thank you. I'm groveling publicly.
You'll let them all.
Anyway, I know you sent me something. Sorry, it's been so hectic here, just trying to catch up with stuff. 57 degrees in North Dakota, and it rained. Looking at. Here we go.
The information so you could find it.
See, well, I didn't see it. Lovely card here from Mr. Joe there, and we got another card from Northern Ontario. Someone calling me a loon? Is that what we're saying here? And we got, I love the moose. Always gotta love the moose. Greetings from Canada. I came to you guys. Have we had a great summer? Kids have to get out of prison at the end of June. Go back after Labor. Yep. Oh wow. So that's from Ontario, and he sent us a whole pack of Canada stickers. There's even hockey players. There's some more. There's another one. Where'd it go? It doesn't want to come out. More Canada. I want to start singing "Oh Canada" here. There's a bear. I like the bear sticker. And an elk. I like elk. Elk are beautiful. Beautiful animals.
I only put a little
Thank
bit
you
of
so
poison
much.
in there.
Oh. Just enough to add the extra zing.
Right. Well, just so you know, it's homemade. Hello. I know no one can see me because of this.
Too much tea not enough lemonade.
Enormous.
You go back and fix that. Or not. All right, hold on. We got to figure something out here. Alrighty. So this is going to go like that. All right.
Looks like it's going to fall off.
Yeah, it is. It's only that corner that will let it sit there. Okay. If it's right there, can you all still hear me? If it's right there, I'm talking like this. Ron Smith says, I want to get a shout out to your daughter for her channel. I like the stuff toy review. I thought that was a pretty cool idea. I don't know where she came up with it, but she's going to start doing more of them. She's not here. She's at a birthday party, but we'll let her know. When do you have to go pick her up?
In about an hour, I have to start heading back.
Okay.
My guess is it'll go late, but I don't like leaving her for too long.
Shazad says, I'm looking at picking the mic you have from Walmart, but couldn't find the pop filter. I had to order the pop filter off of Amazon. It's just a generic pop filter.
Did we get that from Walmart? I thought we got that from that place next to GameWorks.
There's plenty of places that sell this.
Okay.
But he was saying this is the pop filter.
Yes, I know.
Apparently you don't. Let's see here.
Thank you, everyone else who noticed that I commented and acknowledged me. I appreciate it.
Did you give me a super chat? Did you use @TheDown Tools?
I did.
No, you didn't. Liars. Need to turn lights. Yeah, we just did. Okay. Tecton offers a student discount as well. It's like 30% off if you can prove you are a technical. Actually, I think they changed it. I think they lowered it to 20 or 25%. What they do, if you can prove you give them student ID or something, they will give you a decent discount. Grizz, so it wasn't from Grizz. I've got to figure out who it was who sent me this wrench. ASL, very nice, Falcon. Talking about the old IRC.
Yes. I heard that just as I was coming in.
Let's see here. Have some Apex bit samples coming. Any knowledge of Apex? Apex they make a lot of the tools that are they rebrand a lot of stuff. So a lot of the other tool companies are actually Apex tools, especially the house brand stuff from Husky and Cobalt and stuff like that, and from I think Carlisle even. Mrs. Bear in the house.
I am. Hey, Matt.
Terry, thank you so much. When can we expect a new brushless Hercules 20-volt drill? Sometime next year, maybe. I think originally it was slated for end of fourth quarter this year, but everything's been getting pushed back. But then recently everything's been getting pushed forward. So
we don't know.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
Or it won't. Scott says he met his wife 15 years ago in an MSN chat room back in 2001. That's awesome.
That's really cool.
I ordered her off of Craigslist.
Yeah, see what happens when you order things on Craigslist. Oh, actually, I only have one pair of glasses. I had 2 pairs of sunglasses on earlier. The daughter did not want to wear them.
Yeah, I actually had a friend who was going to a gun show, or wanted to go to the gun show with me, and so I bought an extra ticket, and he copped out. He gave me a time in advance. So I had like 3 days in advance, and I already had the tickets, so I'm like, maybe I can find somebody who wants to go. And I thought for fun, I put a post on Craigslist asking if there were any cute girls who wanted to go to a gun show, and this was in San Francisco. And this crazy girl from Berkeley responded,
Yep.
and then proceeded to basically lead me by the nose through the whole gun show. You're like, oh, look at this, and look at this, and look at this. How does that lovely lady that just arrived put up with you? Drugs. I feed her lots of drugs. He's a bearskin rug. Yeah. I'm sure I will get shaved and.
Some days he's actually like a puppet. He's not real. He's just like, yeah. You guys just can't tell.
Like a nutcracker.
Yep.
David says I saw the white tool carts. Not a fan of them, honestly. Yeah, not everybody's cup of tea, that's for sure. I find that most people are either like really like them or really don't like them. There's few people who are in between. I'm a white car,
He is a white car for sure.
Yeah, all my vehicles are white.
Hey, Barbara C. She said, waving. Hi, Mrs. Bear. She says, you gotta love a bear that grovels publicly. Isn't that the truth?
I couldn't get by without this woman. I had to go, what was it? Was it 2 weeks or 3 weeks I was up there by myself?
Really long time.
Really long time. I almost died. Hey, you got Joe Smith's card. We did get Joe Smith's card.
We did.
I was showing it. It was a beautiful
It's
card.
a very nice card.
It's very nice.
Love
They wrote
it.
a whole letter and stuff on the back.
Yep.
Thank you so
I
much.
think it's a very cool card.
The lights are working better now. Woohoo!
Yeah. Getting my man cave set up, and I'm thinking of a small air compressor for blasting lint and dust off my gun parts. What would be better, a 3-gallon Harbor Freight pancake or the 8-gallon McGraw? I do not have my glasses, so.
The 1-gallon Fortress. Because you're going to be doing stuff off of gun parts, and you're going to be doing it in a man cave, which I'm guessing you mean is going to be like inside. So noise is going to be an issue. That pancake compressor could make your ears bleed. The 8-gallon McGraw is not much better. It is better, but not much better. What is she doing? Oh, chewing on her tail.
Yeah.
And that Fortress is whisper quiet. And will put out more than enough air to get into all the little nooks and crannies on gun parts. So I would definitely suggest the small Fortress. Scorpion says, hey, Scorpion, how's it go? Okay, guys, gotta go. 30 hours plus, can't keep my eyes open, 14 hours of work today. Oh, my gosh.
Go sleep.
Go to sleep. I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm going to be able to go a full 4 hours tonight because I'm still recovering from the drive and time change and everything.
Yes, you were crazy.
Yeah, it was.
Dear Falcon said, in honor of, you have to move the
the
person.
bear. I got myself a Cub Cadet mower. Aww. You'll have to let me know what you think of it. I'm trying to. There's only so much product testing I can do personally, so I'm trying to accrue some information from people who, with the mowers, the newer ones especially, what they think of the different brands, because there's been a lot of assimilation in the industry when it comes to that kind of stuff, like riding lawn tractors and whatnot. Do you know how the warranty works on the Predator pressure washer? Harbor Freight extra per 100 to get a new one. I don't know what the algorithm is or the how much it costs. I do know you can call them and give them a number and a part number, and they'll tell you over the phone how much it is. But it's I don't think like a pressure washer. That might be a good idea to get It's an expensive piece of equipment, and when you're dealing with anything with a pump and whatnot, you could have problems. But I haven't heard of any problems. Everyone who has it says it's great. Joe Smith says, thanks for shutting up junk from work. No worries, man. I'm sorry I didn't get back to you sooner. As I said, it's been I think also the change in the diet. Giving up the caffeine, I think, has been a big issue for me. Because that's the whole way I got home was I've been drinking caffeine all summer.
That's probably why
for
you
years.
feel awful, is because you did that big drive home. You had more caffeine than you normally would.
Oh my
And
gosh.
then you came back and don't have caffeine.
I've had nothing. Oh, Canada. Bum, 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 bum. I don't know the words.
Oh, and then it's just Oh Canada. That's all the words.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Says
me.
Do you need something? What do you want? Do you want to go outside?
She wants to get in your lap.
No, she wants to go outside. She had food. Look at the face. She's giving me this up.
Hi.
Look at that. Happy. I'm going to
Are you
poop all
happy?
over the house if you don't let me outside face.
Thank you for that graphic.
I speak Labrador. I speak canine, but I'm fluent in Labrador. Matt says, I enjoyed getting your postcard with the Yellowstone postmark on it. Oh, that's cool.
Yes, I did that on the way home.
She did that on purpose on the way home.
And they can do that with any mail when they're at the national parks.
She wanted to add, you can do that with any mail you send from the national parks. They can put that special Yellowstone, or any of the parks. They have their own stamp. Each park has their own stamp. Well, I hear what you're saying. Walt's saying that air dust-off nozzles use a lot of air. Go for the bigger one. I'm going to get out my 2-gallon Fortress, put my dust-off nozzle on, and test it, because for gun parts, you're just doing real quick, a little bit. Can I help you?
No, you can give me all your grapes
There you
now.
go. Oh, look, they're all gone. There you go.
Oh no, I don't want your grapes now.
You're going to get the frozen ones, aren't you?
Yeah. I don't need your grapes.
Get Arnold Palmer to fix it. That's a good idea. Hand me the Arnold. We're drinking Arnold Palmer's over here. She turned me on to them.
Frozen grapes. They're practically candy.
Oh. It's from a mix, so it doesn't. We looked at it. It doesn't have any caffeine in it. Have to behave now. The boss is here. You hear that?
Yeah.
He's telling you have to behave.
No, he's telling you better give me your grapes.
You what? Okay, fine. Here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Barbara, she can hear me. Thank you so much.
So,
Nope, gone deaf. Not NASCAR race is over. Not the outcome you were hoping for. They didn't all turn left. Sorry. Ow! Why you hit me?
I'm channeling
In the
Steven.
arm. Oh, apparently I'm way behind here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're gonna catch up. PDAs are so cute. You're talking about like the Palm Pilots. Carol and I just celebrated our 16th anniversary Thursday. Congratulations! That's awesome. And then listen to his band play. He's a drummer. That's cool. Chicago Electric Rotary Tool versus Dremel. That's a good one because my son just bought the Chicago Electric Rotary Tool for working on some hobby projects of his. Mm-hmm. So we got it brand new in the box. That'd be a nice little test to do. Ron says lights and sound are working great. Thank you. Renobs Tinkin says hello all. Hey there. Apex ruins tool companies. They're all about the bottom line and care nothing for the end user. Yeah. From what I've seen, they're 90% a rebranded or white box tool company, which is where they sell tools. They make tools for other companies.
I'm not giving you a grape.
Shaz Edge, a person like ICQ. I used ICQ more than anything else.
Hey, Rodney, I did see your message.
course, I used to use gopher mail back in the day too. So,
Carrier pigeons.
what too? I searched up the band tool and found you at #toolband. Really? Huh. Have you tried Patty's Irish whiskey? It's good stuff. I don't do Irish whiskey. I'm not a big fan of blended whiskeys, although I did try a Scotch whiskey that was a lowland blended Scotch whiskey called Monkey Shoulders that wasn't bad. It almost tasted like a Canadian whiskey / bourbon. I'm really a bourbon drinker when it comes down to it. I'll do a rye. I also like I like a good rum. I like tequilas. I'll drink a gin every once in a while. I will not drink Highland Scotch. I don't need my Scotch to taste like the Home and Garden department. Carson says he was able to get a 50% discount on Matco tools for the student discount. That's pretty awesome. What do you think of Craftsman since they moved to Lowe's? Not much, to be entirely honest. Russians Mrs. Bear mail order.
Kind of.
Zaffiel's the one who sent us all this stuff. Did you see everything? So nice.
I saw the beginning of the unboxing.
Ah.
And there's some cool like liver and stuff, right? For Miss Bella.
Yes. Hey, Scott asked, hey, Bear, have you considered bariatric surgery? I tried many times to lose weight, had negative results. I had gastric bypass surgery and lost well over 140 pounds and kept over 100 off. I have, but there's a lot of reasons why I had the opportunity to do it and chose not to due to other health concerns related to it. So I'm down about 40 pounds from what I weighed earlier this summer, and we're hoping to get more off. And I think we're going to do pretty good. Rams tied the Cowgirls. Remember, we're trying to keep it family friendly around here.
But
that's a joke.
Okay. Scott, I think it's awesome that you have lost so much and kept it off. And it's definitely a viable option. So nothing's off the table, but we're on this path for now, and we'll see how it goes.
Tim says, ooh, that one was sour.
That one was the one that had all the poison in it.
Oh, good stuff.
Nope. Not upstairs.
Isn't that just chicken?
No, that's oranges.
Oh.
Yeah, not happening.
What are you guys eating?
Nothing.
I'm eating frozen grapes. What are you eating?
You want some dog snacks?
Yeah, sure. I'll eat one. Are they good?
Bella liked them.
No, seriously, are they good?
Well, they're not for people.
I'm gonna try it. I'll try it for you. Open wide.
No.
I'll try it for you.
No,
Griffin.
Oh, she caught it.
You guys
She's
let
like,
leave her alone.
Leave her alone.
I'm gonna go get something.
Okay, but you were staring at her and she looked like you were like trying to take it from her.
She's like, this one's mine. You can't have it.
Tim says he picked up a used 1/2-inch snap-on ratchet with the locking head for $100. Yeah. I hope you enjoy it. My wife and I met in a Christian chat room on an old web TV network. Later, it became MSN TV, but I think it's defunct now. That's cool. Grant says, showed my wife the white tool cart. She asked me how I would keep it clean since I can't keep a white shirt clean for 5 minutes. I said simple, OxyClean.
Yeah. Or that LA Awesome stuff that you can get at the dollar store. I'm pretty sure you can clean everything but children with that.
And let's see here. Shazza said, yeah, that Fortress you have, I use the air up the tires on the Subi. Very, very quiet. You should remember my surprise when I first fired it up. I could barely hear it. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
The Ozarks haven't been able to kill my Cub Cadet riding mower yet in 3 years. Blades are another story. We could grow rocks here.
Nice.
Yeah. What's it like changing the blades on it? How hard is it? Is the Missus going to be the new cowbell? I've been using the stapler as the cowbell.
Oh. Yeah. No.
Because I don't have one.
I could woohoo really loud.
I got to tell you, everyone was very upset the cowbell has gone missing. And by everyone, I mean, I think no one.
No, I was upset. I was talking to Elle on the way to the party. I'm like, I don't think that we unpacked the bell. She's like, I'm sure Dad has it.
Ronald asked, can you do the lumberjack song? Oh, I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I sleep all night and I sleep all day. Like to put on women's clothing and hang around in bars.
Yeah.
Sorry, I jumped to the funny part. I drove the mail route from Modesto to Yosemite for a month. Oh, I bet that was cool. Now sing Blame Canada. That's from the musical from South Park, Blame Canada. It was a catchy tune. I gotta admit, I can't remember it though. Daughter Ross sneers. NASCAR, left turns. Typical wife wants to hold your grapes. No, she wants to steal them.
Yep, they're all mine. His grapes are mine. My grapes are mine. Your grapes are also mine. Unless they're sour grapes.
Rodney says, sorry, Jeff, just finish up a bowl of chocolate ice cream.
On that.
Shaz Edge, public day displays their affection. I know, I was being silly. Saved some cheapo Chinese screwdriver, or saw some cheapo Chinese screwdrivers the other day that have a through tang with the cap shaped like a hex. You just know someone's going to put an impact on one. That's an interesting idea. By the way, wouldn't you be upset with a shorter...
She wouldn't be upset with a shorter stream. Been up way too much the last 2 days. Oh, is Ricky okay? Are you guys having sleep troubles? Or are you just having life and that happens at my house all the time? Laundry.
40 pounds since the start of summer is great. No, 40 pounds since the start of the year. Been up and down, up and down. More down than up, but we're getting there. Red says, been using my Herc miter saw on the Herc stand. Must say that without the stand, the experience would not be the same. I love the saw, but the stand is a joy to use. It really is, man. It really brings out, a good miter saw stand of any kind brings out, and that is a solid stand. It's very usable.
Is that Sisyphus that says more cowbell? I don't have my glasses on.
No. Dear Falcon says, I found his 40 pounds, David.
Oh.
Good job on the weight loss. Thank you so much. Thank you. Please don't put the snack in your mouth a little bit. Yeah. He'll learn one way or another.
Yeah.
Random said, had web TV, took years for everything to load. And it did. That was a tool before its time. Walt says, down from 300 down to 240. Wow. Need to cut a new belt hole notch and tip the belt in my left back pocket. That's awesome, man. Congratulations.
Good job.
And I know, and I gotta say, because if you guys don't know, Walt is up in northern Vermont, and trying to diet up in areas like that sometimes it can be easy, but for some people, I find it to be hard because especially over those long winters and stuff, you just sit at home and just want to sit there and eat, watch TV and stuff. But anyway, that's great. Word of warning, if your dog is like mine, that yellow toy will need attention from your Bauer cordless vacuum. Yeah, I don't think it'll last a day, to be honest. She'll love it to death. Quickly.
She's really enjoying that toy.
She is. She likes it.
She's like...
Daughter, we cried. Blade changes are easy to deck, or blade changes are easy to deck as easy drop, but have a mower lift jack tool I use sometimes. What's this? Jim says I'm down to 252 from 420. Whoa. Had the sleeve done 2 years ago on the 21st. Congratulations, man. That's a big weight change. Some people think the Ryobi stick vac is as good as the Dyson. That'd be interesting. I'll have to take a look at that. Steve just stopped mid-step when you read the NASCAR one.
I think it was mid-sip?
This is Steph. Chevy says he's just got done watching NASCAR.
Garage sale 2 days in a row, having to get up at 7:30. Don't normally get up until
10 or 11. Wow. Must be nice.
Wow. I can't sleep past like 6. Usually. Unless like we have to be somewhere very early, and then I'll become narcoleptic that day.
You build it. Destroy says Dental's inexperienced with steel folding rule like the wood ones, only all steel. No, I don't use folding rulers. I haven't used folding rulers, since I was in my early 20s. Sorry. Found some awesome motor blades called XHT. They're made in Georgia, and they're crazy tough, less expensive than the OEM MTD blades. That'd be interesting to check out. I'll have to take a look at those. Ronnie says he met his wife, Carol, at Matchdoctor.com.
On Thursday, talked on the phone over the weekend. Met in person on Monday. She managed
a tool store at the time. Winter chicken dinner. Walt says, I'm in
Southwest Riverside. Oh, wow.
What are you doing down there?
And I am so sorry to hear about the CHP in Riverside. There was a shooting.
Oh, jeez. Are you serious?
Yeah. So, be safe, everybody.
Aberkin says, I have an old wok from Goodwill, but black residue wipes off it even after cleaning. Rinse it, Scotch-Brite seal. Not seen iron steel do anything. Any ideas? It's supposed to do that. What you're supposed to do with the wok is you're supposed to rub it down with oil, put it in the oven, and cook it on high heat for about.
But not if it's one of those plug-in ones.
No. Is it a plug-in one?
I have an old wok from Goodwill. So I guess we would need to know, obviously, if it has stuff that'll melt, don't put it in the oven. But.
Yeah. But like with steel and cast iron on those type of woks, you don't ever actually clean them. You don't wash them. You sterilize them with heat, and you use a hot sponge and water to get the residue out. But you leave the oil permeates into the metal.
Checking on the little.
Dolores, normally I'm still at work at 9 p.m. Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
And Dolores says, reminder, as she's saying here, which is to use the @Dena tools to get our attention. It's the best way to make sure that we read your message. Not trying to skip anybody, but if it doesn't say, like down here, down in the corner, down there, like right there.
All the highlighted ones.
There, those orange ones where they typed @Dena tools. That way I know you're talking to me. Grant says, looking great, Bear. My wife is losing pounds the natural way after chemo from stage 4 cancer. Oh. You're a great inspiration. Well, I'm glad that she's doing good after the chemo. That's for sure. Tony says, hey, from Louisiana, you've got me back into buying tools. That's awesome. Let's see here.
You need a bigger back on your chair so I can hold on to it.
Phone went from 75% to low power, and before I could plug it in, dead as doornail. Oh, jeez.
Oh, wow. Matt has a folding ruler that was his grandfather's from the 30s, I think.
Wow. Dollar says, also like and thumbs up. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Walt,
we will be here when you get back.
Bryce says, I celebrate 2 anniversaries every year, our wedding day and the day that we met. We do that too.
Yeah.
Android phone. Build it.
Okay. We're lost.
Yeah. I mean, I like Android. I use Android phones. I won't go with Apple stuff. Yeah. Watch how Panda Express cleans their walks. Walt's back in chat.
Yay!
The wok isn't rusting. I wanted to give it a wash as it was dirty. Planned on seasoning it, but it's black powdery residue. Tested as magnetic, but no lead. Looked forged. Black powdery residue. I don't know. Maybe at that point, just take a steel wire wheel to it and go to town. Take it all down to bare metal. Season it again. Because if you do have to clean something like that, you take it down to metal. You just spray olive oil on the whole thing and put it in the oven on 400.
Again, not if it plugs in.
Or has some part of it that's going to catch on fire, like a wood handle or something.
Right. Shadow's Edge said to Daughter of Ra, I don't even start work. What are you doing? I'm reading while you're moving. He doesn't even start work until 10 p.m. He's an overnighter.
Me. Sorry. I'm sticking to this chair.
I like how you say that like I did it. I did
Las
put glue on
Vegas
there.
did it. Yes, man. Did you hear how many times I said we were in Montana?
Yes, I giggled. But I was trying to pay attention and meet new friends. It's Eleanor's first party from a classmate at her new school.
Let's see here. Bad Idea Workbench mentions that the Harbor Freight coupon database, which you all should know about, has a coupon for the 3-ton lift for $20 off that expires tomorrow. Oh, that's a good coupon. Did you test the Portland pressure washer yet? Mine died after washing 6 feet of fence about 30 minutes. I did get a chance to, but I didn't get a chance to do a video on it. I didn't have any problems with it, but if it died that quickly, then there was just a problem in manufacturing. You should be able to take it back and exchange it. It should have a 90-day warranty on it. And they'll swap it out. That narrow pocket on jeans was designed for folding rules in the age before spring-loaded belt clef tapes. Oh, the one that they do like down near the leg on the left-hand side. I think it was usually on the left-hand side.
This has a pocket though.
Yeah, they're used to on jeans.
Yeah,
Used to be
like
long
what do you call those?
jeans. Levi's
No.
pants.
Cargo pants.
No.
Yeah, they have the loop.
No.
They have
No.
He doesn't know what he's talking about, obviously. Which one of us knows more about tools? Come on. Obviously, it's me.
We did marry one.
Takes one to know one.
Oven's ready. Yeah, that's the alarm system here. It gets a little touchy. A well taken care of folding rule is a joy to use for woodworking. I find it more accurate than a tape. A joy to use.
You know what? It is a joy for him.
One person's joy is another person's.
Yep.
Please keep that thing away from me. Mr. Basic. Mr. Something Basic in the house. How's it going, man? I haven't seen you in a while. How's it over on the East Coast? Were you in Philly, right? Somewhere thereabouts?
Yep. Trying to read. And
I see what she's snuffling at.
She's trying to find more snacks.
Come here. Come here.
Really?
Come here.
Really?
Come on. Come on.
Okay.
Say hi.
Oh, yeah. Yep, we're going to knock everything
Go
off.
vicious shields. Come here. Give me a face. Oh, you're putting your leg in my kidney. Stop with the licking.
Down.
That's for you.
Oh, yuck. Nope. Bear rug time happening.
Slobbery hound. Stop that.
You're okay.
My wife takes some power tools to it. The handles are forged into it, not wood. No maker names or stamps, hoping it's not some for decorations only alloy.
That could be.
I don't often see woks done as decorations.
Well, I could see it as like a fruit basket, like table thing, decorative, whatever.
If it's ferrous metal, I think you're probably fine. Philly. Philly. I knew it.
Yeah.
Hard at Basic. I heard you had to take a job at Harbor Freight. Is that true, man? Are you working at the HFT?
We have questions. Oh, wait, was that out loud?
Gravis says Ryobi has a battery-powered riding mower. Ryobi has a battery-powered riding mower. Looks like a go-kart, but it's supposed to be able to cut 2 acres. No, they have 2 of them now. One of them is a zero-turn mower.
Hey, was Montana Handlebars on?
He was on earlier.
Okay. Well, hopefully you see this. I tried the salsa. Holy cheese and crackers, it's spicy, but it was delicious.
Yeah, and that he said that was the mild stuff that he gave us. That his boss likes it even hotter.
Whew. Well, It was really good, but really spicy. It was really good. I actually thought what I would probably do with it if I ate it again is I would put it on cream cheese, kind of like you do with like the sweet, and like put it on
it
something
would definitely be good like that.
Delicious. So I'm sorry that I missed you, but it was super yummy.
Mr. Basic, he did get a job at Harbor Freight. Woohoo, man, awesome.
Yay!
Employee discount hookups. It was a joke. It was funny. Trust me.
It's okay. It's okay. You just keep smiling.
Hey, if you guys don't know, check out Mr. Basic there. He's got a channel. He does some tool stuff, some other stuff, a lot of stuff with his family, just kind of vlog kind of stuff, some gaming stuff. Go check out his channel. He's got a good channel there. Roddy says carpenters or painters' pants, I think is what you're trying to think of.
Yes, carpenters. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking of too. Told you.
See, I know stuff.
Would tostadas be considered keto?
If you don't eat the tostada. So,
yeah.
I mean, I honestly do that all the time. I get tostadas if we go out somewhere and I just
lettuce?
Eat the stuff. Well, no, I just don't eat the tostada on the bottom.
I know. I was just saying you get it all on a piece of lettuce. Don't worry about it.
No, he doesn't know what he's talking about. It's okay. It's that you're cute. That's why you're here. That's right.
And let's see here.
Oh,
Tools and Bagels is here.
Wanted to know. His wife wants to know if I have heard of ice cream bread. I have not. I have heard of cloud bread, and I have made it once. And I should probably perfect it. But no, I have not heard of ice cream bread.
I don't think I need to hear about ice cream bread. I'm trying to lose weight.
I think it's keto. I'm going to look it up.
That sounds terrible then.
This is why he's not in charge of preparing.
I don't make my own food, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yep, actually, You've been eating it for weeks, dear.
Eating what for weeks?
Ice cream bread. I just didn't tell you.
Oh, okay. Delicious then. Where was I? Is the Harbor Freight employee discount? I have no idea what the Harbor Freight employee discount is.
And then, yes, Steven, the cloud. Oh, you were asking what cloud bread is? It's made with like egg whites and cream cheese, maybe. But it's like a gluten-free. You can make buns. I have not been very successful at perfecting that, but it's really yummy, and you should try it.
How did the bear live without a wife? Believe it or not, when we first met, I was the one who cooked, and she couldn't cook worth a darn. And at some point, it switched to she does all the. And I've forgotten how to cook. We won't talk about how I did laundry beforehand because that's.
You just bought new clothes.
I literally haven't done laundry in.
And you did an excellent job.
Close to 30 years or something.
You did an excellent job. I'm very proud of you. And thank you to our friends who offered to do it for him. I super appreciate that.
Hard Knock says, got to run to Taco John's. Everyone's talking about Mexican food. Man, I love me some Taco John's. I hadn't been to Taco John's in probably 30 years. When I went up to Montana for the first time, well, maybe 20 years, because I grew up in an area that had Taco John's, then moved out west where they didn't have them, and then went up to Montana where they did have one. I pulled such a hard U-turn, she screamed, thought we were all going to die.
Yeah, he tried to murder us for Taco John's.
I may or may not have gone over the median, And and you know what it is? It's the taco burgers, man. I love the taco burgers.
And my opinion about taco burgers is they were delicious the first 3 times I tried them, and ever since then I'm like, ugh. But Taco John's, I'm sure if you grew up with it, it's like a comfort food or something. Not my thing. So I am going to try to find a way to post this recipe for cloud bread.
Lars says the score is LA 10, Dallas 7. You know, my favorite football team, anybody who's beating Dallas.
Nice.
You got to check out the new Monopoly game that came out with for millennials. That's new board game. Looks pretty neat. Oh my gosh. Do you not have to earn anything? You just automatically go around, go and collect $200. Let's see here. A recipe is for 3/4 cup self-raising flour, 1 cup of softened ice cream, blended together, bake in pan for half an hour at 350. Use toothpick to ensure it's done. Why? Why wouldn't you just use chocolate milk? I guess this doesn't have cream.
No.
Yes.
No, people don't do that. I'm getting the cloud bread recipe.
Chicken organ meat is great and often cheap or free if you know people who don't like it that buy the whole chicken.
Like
Pass. I don't do the organs. Those are called dog snacks.
Whatever.
Taco John's food is very bland by California standards. I think they've caught up a bit.
I think I posted the recipe.
Ice cream type is for personal choice. I'll have to do much more research if attempted and send a full diagnostic report on said cloud bread.
Yes. Slosson's Lawn Care says, are you going to miss the short walk to the bar now that you're back in Vegas?
Yes. Very much so. I miss just the people at the bar. You just hang out at the bar and just chat and catch up on all the local gossip and everything.
You mean news?
News, yes. With, like, Mike's sister who she was dating and all that. Yeah.
I love the Facebook posts because it's like, hey, did you hear an ambulance? And then like 15 people respond and they're like, it's out this way. No, it was that way. I was on my motorcycle. This happened. And like,
yeah,
it's a great community. I love it. I miss it.
Is there a cheap way to go keto?
Yeah.
Hamburger.
Yeah. I mean, you can make it. It's possible. Basically just veggies and meat and I would add butter. Eggs. I know.
Bacon.
So they're all things that you could hypothetically get at the 99-cent store. It's not going to be the best quality, but I think it's possible for any budget.
That'd be a good video for the other channel.
Mm-hmm.
Cheap keto shopping.
Yeah.
Taco John's must be like Whataburger in Texas. We have a Whataburger here. I've never been a fan of Whataburger.
I have to run away and get our child. Sorry.
It's
getting dark, and I said that I'd be back in a little bit, so.
Well, actually, do you want us to go with you? Do you need us to? I already told him we're going to do it. We're not going to go as late because I'm fading.
Okay. So
we have to go get the little girl. So we're going to take off early tonight.
Sorry, guys.
My apologies, I know. But I'm just, as you probably can tell watching me, I'm fading quickly here. So, anyway, you all have a great evening. Let me zip through these real quick. In case you don't know, Taco John's headquarters is based in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and has the term Taco Tuesday trademark. Yeah, they're trying to sue people right now over that phrase. Bacon is life. Keto sounds like a no-carb diet. It is a no-carb. It literally is just the technical term for a low-carb diet. Be safe, bear parents. Thank you so much, Barbara. I really appreciate it. What is the name, again, of the other channel? Geek Health is the diet channel. Night Bear family, see you next weekend. We're going to be back regularly scheduled time every Saturday night here. We're back in Vegas for the next 9 months.
Yep.
God help me.
It'll be great. It's going to start getting cool.
It'll be great.
Anyways, we appreciate each and every one of you. And again, if you have a channel,
post it down below.
Post it down below.
Thank you for all the mods for your help. Thank you for everyone who supported us with the super chats tonight. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for the mail. It's interesting and amazing to hear from all of
And
you.
Zafio Bella says thank you so much for her care package. Anyway, you all take care. As always, shine on.